Welcome back to another episode of the Navs Effect podcast. I'm your host, Naveen Ganglani. First of all, major thank you to those who checked out our last episode with Maui App of the Boleros. We did the preview of the upcoming UAAP Season 88 men's basketball tournament where we try to predict how many wins each team got. And I think it got quite a few reactions from people. In fact, one of the coaches reached out to me and was like, our number was too low. And I was like, all right, prove me wrong, prove me wrong. But anyway, that's what we love about college basketball. It's competition, it's entertainment, it's passion more than anything. And speaking of all those storylines and characteristics, Shawn Tuano of the Ateneo Blue Eagles will be joining us shortly. He'll be coming on to talk about Ateneo's prep for season 88, what they hope to be a bounce back season, and what part he plays exactly in that process. So we'll be back with Sean. Don't go anywhere. Catch you all shortly. Okay, welcome back to the episode. Sean Tuan of the Ateneo Blue Eagles now joins us. Sean, how is it going, man? You are a returning visitor of this podcast. It's nice to have you here again. You're 21 now, a little older than the last time we had you, a little more mature. I think your voice
Yep.
got a little deeper too. I think you might have a few more stages, a few more stages of manhood to come. No, I'm just joking with you. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Mr. Naveen. How are you?
Good myself. I'm happy to have you here, especially because I know you guys have been working hard in preparation for the upcoming season.
Yes, sir. Yes, we have all year long. It's been hard. It's been hard off season.
What's been the most significant part of the off season for you guys?
I think the most significant part of the off season for us is building our team. You know, this year we had a lot of pieces coming in. So I think that building the chemistry within the offense, helping to integrate the new guys into our system, and helping them to catch up to speed, bring them up to speed on what the coaching staff wants, how they can fit into the system, and how they can do well within the system. I think that's been our biggest challenge, and like I said before, building that chemistry even more, but also I think building that trust in each other that if we play together, we can really do something special this year.
What makes you guys confident about that last part that you can do something special? Because now Ateneo is different. Obviously, your history of success in the program is one of the best, if not the best, in the
Yeah.
UAP, at least in recent history. But when
Mhm.
you look at teams who end up like eighth place, dead last in the standings, win only 4 games, for most cases, it takes a while for a program to rebuild and get back to that place that, like you said, a special team. But you guys seem to feel that confidence that you can be that special team right away, just 1 year
Yeah.
later. So where's that confidence coming from?
I think it comes from not, one. I think it comes from our coaching staff, believing in them, because like you mentioned, they've been there before, and a lot of players on the team, except Josh Lazaro and Cal Long, we haven't been to a championship yet. So I think most of that trust and most of that belief comes from that coaching staff, stems from that coaching staff, and secondly, I think based on our preseason performances, I think that. We built some momentum with our, overseas trips, stuff like that, winning games, playing well together. So I think that's what helps to build that belief, even coming from the last place from last year.
Yeah, the preseason was impressive. Asia Basket really gave a good early preview of what's to come, the way you guys played in that tournament, making it to the finals. You had
Yeah,
an impressive showing against LaSalle in the elimination round. I think
yeah.
LaSalle's veteran Savvy won that game for them at the end in the fourth period. But you guys also had to come from behind win against San Beda in the semis. You had a big play in the fourth quarter overtime stretch where you had to play in transition. And then you guys faced LaSalle again, and you didn't win again against LaSalle. But I was really impressed by how LaSalle built an early lead, and you guys came all the way back to cut that lead down to one and just kind of, you know, like in the first game, ran out of that experience, that late game
hmm hmm
experience to get you guys over the hump. Is that a concern this year? That yes, you have talent. yes, you have a lot of new recruits coming in, like your Kymani Ladi, Jaden Lazo, your Dominic Escobar. But, for a lot of you, you guys haven't been to the finals. A lot of the guys who were in the Final Four team just 2 years ago have gone on. I mean, we just saw Chris and Sean get drafted in the PBA. So is that
Mhm.
experience factor something that's going to slow you guys down?
Uh, I don't think so. Most of the team from last year stayed, and we only lost two guys from last year. And I think that we had enough close games from last season, UST, for example, where we did end up closing it out in those late stages. Adamson, as another example. So I think that, those might not be finals games, but those are still very important games within the season that we came out on top. And I think that with those type of games that we experience, I don't think the experience factor late game should really affect us much.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell me during the preseason episode I did, preseason predictions. I have you guys winning 9 games and getting the third seed this elimination round. So that 9 games and third seed, I also think you guys eventually have the potential to grow into a championship contender. But 9 games, third seed, too high, too low, or just right?
Uh, you know, I think I have a lot of belief in our team. Um, a lot of people are calling us dark horses, but that word is just only motivation for us. So it's not my place to put us in any particular spot. I just know that we just got to make it to the final four, one game at a time. And once we get to the final four, from there on, seeds don't matter. Uh, it's just basketball. So I think that we have a solid chance to make it there.
Are there teams in the UAP right now that you feel like you guys match up well against?
I think we match up well against every team. We think that we have the personnel to match other teams' size, match other teams' speed, their length. So I think we have a good shot against every team to win every game.
Interesting. I do think the same, by the way. I think you guys have the experience. Well, not the experience, but the ability to match up against anyone. I'm not sure if you guys will get off such a quick start because of the experience factor, but I think you guys can grow into it. And we've learned from the UAAP that sometimes peaking at the right time is better
Yeah,
than starting strong.
very true.
However, on the flip side, I will say that the competition for the Final Four this year, I think it's much more balanced than people is giving it credit for. So the team that actually starts strong might get a leg up on the others in terms of positioning in the standings. And
Yep.
you've been in Ateneo for 2 seasons now. You were there when you guys made the Final Four last year, or 2 years
Yep.
ago, rather.
Yep.
And some of those late game losses prevented you guys from getting a
Hmm.
twice to beat. And you ended
Hmm.
up being the 4 seed. So you know what it means sometimes, what one game could do long term. Now, with
Yeah.
all that said, has Coach Tab Baldwin and the rest of your assistant coaches kind of stress the importance to you guys of starting the season strong? Or is that not really a very important factor right now?
It's a very important factor for us. The schedule just released. We have, with those first three games, and then the back end of our schedule is especially hard.
Yep. Yep.
So, you know, no game's going to be easy for us for sure. Every game always plays their best against Ateneo. Every team always makes a lot of shots against Ateneo. So, no game's going to be easy, but based on our schedule, we just got to win the ones that we need to win and battle it out with the tougher teams, with the tough teams.
So we've seen what Kimani can do because we saw him in action in the preseason, and I feel like his ceiling is a mythical five type of player. I think he's in the
Sure.
running for the mythical five this year. I feel like if he joined the PBA draft this year, he could have been a top 5 or 6 pick, maybe, just on talent and potential alone. And after one season with Ateneo, with you guys, with Coach Tab, that stock is only going to increase, right?
Yes.
But we've also heard a bit about Dom
Mm,
Escobar, one of the one and done guys. But we haven't exactly seen him play yet because Ateneo hasn't had televised or streamed off-season games. Or there have been, but not to the level or the volume that it was for Asia Basket, for example. And you guys didn't join Phil Oil this year, which
mhm.
was different from last year too. So you've seen Dom in practice, you've seen how he's coming along since joining the team. Is the hype worth it when it comes to Dom? Is it true that he's someone who's going to be one of the best players this season?
Yeah, he's good. Dom's good. I think the hype is definitely worth it for Dom. He's a smart player. He's a tough player. He's a big guy. Um, I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people with the way he plays this year. I'm excited to see him play.
If you had to compare his game to someone from before, who would you compare it to?
Mm. I think I think he has the shooting capabilities of Chris Coon and the physical attributes, physical toughness of Dave. I think
Wow.
if
So
I say that.
like a hybrid of Chris and Dave.
Yeah, I think he's yeah, like a hybrid of that would good be a good
Interesting.
yeah, good matchup.
All right, let's talk about you now, Sean, because you're about to be in your third season with the Blue Eagles. One of the bright spots last year, despite the bad showing in the standings, was I felt you got the reps and the chance to kind of show what you're capable of, right? To get those touches, to get the playing time. And you turned out to be one of the most important slashers on the team. Now, the shooting, I know you've been working on it. I know it's something that you gotta work on
Yes, sir.
long term. It's not an overnight project, it's a long-term project, right? So we'll see how far it goes. And game reps are different from practice reps. It's different when you're
Yep.
hearing 20,000 people scream. I honestly
Yep.
don't know how you guys do it sometimes, just being able to ball with all that noise and everything that's going on. But what else have you been trying to add to your game? What have you changed about your game? Are you going to play differently this year than we saw you play last year?
Uh, Throughout the offseason, I've really been working on trying to elevate my game from a one level scorer to a three level scorer. I've been trying to elevate my mid range game, starting with that first. Um, Off the dribble, right, left, you know, step backs going right and left, also pull up jumpers, right and left. Um, I think that that part of my game is going to be able to show this year. Because I worked really hard on that throughout the off season, countless hours every day to try and make sure that shot is consistent and a good shot for me. Um, and also, even the commentator said it, but I've been working on my right hand, driving right, so I can be able to be a dual threat slasher. Um, and then obviously knocking down the open threes, the open ones. Um, Being able to be a reliable spot up shooter in the corners and the wings, top pro lane, and just knocking down the shots I'm supposed to hit. And just trying to be that threat that a team can't point out on defense, saying that let him shoot the ball or send him to the free throw line. I don't want to be that liability on the floor.
Did you hear that from defenders last year where, the opposing team, when you guys have the ball on offense, would be like, Iwanin nyo yan, don't guard him, let him shoot. You heard that, right? I'm guessing you
I,
did.
I I definitely heard that. I definitely heard send him to the line. I definitely heard that he can't shoot. I heard all of that. I remember all of that. That was my motivation coming into this offseason. And hopefully, my hard work pays off.
What was the most disrespectful thing someone told you last year that you still remember until today? Was it an exact line someone said?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who said it though, but they said it in Tagalog. They said "Sino ka ba?" Like who are
Oh.
you? And I took offense to that. So I always remember that line. I always remember that player, and I always play hard whenever
So
I
you
match up.
you got to show them who you are this season then for sure.
Hopefully, yep, yep.
The
Hopefully,
the player who told you that, is he still playing this season?
Yeah, he's still playing this season.
All right, I'm not gonna ask you who, but which team? Can you let me know which team?
I can't tell you that. Listen to me,
Come
I
on,
can't.
come on. Just the team, not the player. Was it LaSalle? Was it UP? Was it a Final Four contender?
Final four contenders. I'll tell you that. Final four contenders.
Okay, okay. And are they gonna still be a Final Four contender this year?
I think so. I think they will be.
Damn, okay. Well, that adds some spice. But going back to the shooting aspect of it, I like how you broke it down. Open shots, finishing with your right hand, 1-2 dribble, pull up left, pull up right. But when you work on that, is it just reps, getting your body to get used to the rhythm and the flow of things, or is it mechanical too? Did you change the ball placement in your hand? Did you change where your elbow was? Did you change how high you jump? Because there's so many things that go into this, right? That it's
Mhm.
about the fitness too. Are you leaping higher? Are you adding more arc? Are you trying to make your shot a little more flat? Are you changing the position of where you're releasing the shot so that your eyes can see the rim rather than your eyes being covered, where you
Mhm.
catch the ball, where you start the shooting motion from your hip, from your chest. So, did you change any of that? Did you study it?
Yeah, me and Coach Tab worked on my shot a lot over the off season. Not so much trying to make it like a. Uh, I think last year I shot like a super structured, fundamental shot. You know, and this year he just told me to be more relaxed with my shot. Just make sure I'm finishing with the follow through with the wrist. But to the first question, it is just a lot of reps. It's a lot of countless reps, um, makes, misses, but uh, the biggest thing, because I over the offseason, Coach Louis really trained me on my mid range, and I worked with his son Kiefer a lot before he left for the States. So yeah, every day before practice, we were just working on mid range pull ups off the screen, um, and just getting up at least 100 reps right before practice, sometimes after practice. Uh, yeah, so it really is, like you said, it really is just reps.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for that, Sean. I'm really into the mechanics of all of it because it's such
Yeah.
a science, right? When you break it down. What I'm gonna do is your first game this season, I'm gonna check the UAP file photos of you taking a shot. I'm gonna compare it to the photos of you from season 87 last year. And I'm
All
just
right.
gonna do like a side by side comparison. I wanna see that. I'm very excited to do that. It's like geeky basketball stuff, and I love it. All right, we got some questions here from the Navs Effect podcast community, our mailbag questions. This one is from Jason. Now in his third year, what is Sean's role on the team? And how are the guys? Okay, well, I can't ask that part, Jason. You almost got me there. What is your role on the team this year, Sean?
I think my role on the team this year is to, try to be a leader. Um, Try to, teach the incoming rookies what it means to be a Blue Eagle, what it means to carry on the culture of Bebop. Um, and as for the court, my role is whatever, Coach Tab gives me. And I'm ready to perform that role with 100% of my abilities. And I'm really just ready to just see our team win. It's been a while since we've won a game, or it's been a while since we've had a strong season, um,
Two
a
years
season
ago.
that are yeah, that's a while
Sorry,
though.
some teams wait 16 years for the Final Four, but it's just the
Yeah,
Ateneo standard. Go for
yeah.
it.
It's been a while since our fans have had something promising to cheer about. So I really just want to make sure that our team can give those fans something to cheer about, something to be proud of, and wear Ateneo across their chest proudly again.
Fantastic. Is Jared Bahay the team captain now of Ateneo?
Yeah, him and Kymani. Has it been released yet? I'm not sure if it's been released yet.
Well, Jason just asked it in our group chat, so I'm guessing that it's something that's starting to go, at least to the Ateneo circles, right? So Kimani and Bahay are the captains. I'm curious,
Yeah.
how did that happen? Did you guys vote? Do you guys vote for captains? Did the coaches decide it? Because Jared is only a sophomore and Kimani's in a one and done season. You figure maybe some of the other vets like Andrew or Josh might be the captain, but how did that process turn out?
It's really, captaincy by committee. Coach Stab brought up something at the start of the year that he wasn't really going to appoint the captain. That the captain or captains were going to, show themselves throughout the year. Um, I I tried my best, but I wasn't, fit to for the captaincy. Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes some people are better fit for it. They're better leaders. They got more followers on the team, and those two guys, the team really believes in them. I believe in them. We believe in them to lead us in the right direction. Um, and whatever they say, we agree with, and we back them with whatever they say.
So, what qualities about Jared and Kymani stood out that made them captain material?
For Jared, one, he always had a uh, stable composure to his personality. He was always, composed in the heated moments, and in the heated moments, when the teammates were yelling at each other or things were getting hyped up or riled up, he was the one to kind of calm everyone down and make sure everyone's thinking properly, thinking straight, thinking on the same page to keep moving forward. And for Kai, I think he was the opposite. Sometimes he was the one riling people up, trying to get their competitiveness out of them. Um, for me, he talks a lot of trash to me in practice. I talk a lot of trash back to him in practice. It's just the competitive nature that we both have, especially in practice. But for him, I think what makes him a great leader is that he's not afraid to speak up, speak his mind, and when practice energy is getting kind of low, he's not afraid to call people out, things of that nature. And yeah, I think that's what make those guys pretty good leaders.
Interesting. We'll see how well they do when the UAP starts too. I think that's going to be quite a good angle to follow when it comes to your Blue Eagles. All right, some more questions here. Is Divine Adili worth the hype?
Uh, I think so, but he's a freshman. Freshmen are gonna make mistakes, but he definitely has the potential to be another one of Ateneo's great big men, big FSAs. Um, but he's young. He's really young. His potential is through the roof. And I think that if he keeps playing the way he's playing, keeps being disciplined, keeps playing with his brain, keeps playing smart, I think he's going to be a great player for us.
Wonderful. And another question here. When you guys were in the Blue Eagle gym, the new Blue Eagle gym for the pep rally, was that the first time you were there?
Yeah. Second time I was there, but first time I was there with the court actually unveiled, so it was really nice. Man, I
Wow.
remember. Yeah, I remember we walked out when they called the team, and the fans were just, the student section was just loud, and I can only imagine like a breakaway dunk, clutch three, and how crazy that gym's gonna sound. Hopefully we get to play a game there. But that'll be amazing if we get to play a game there because that atmosphere is something different.
Must give you that extra feeling of school pride now when you first
Yeah,
stepped in there and you saw how
yeah,
nice the court was. Well,
yeah.
what are your long-term plans now, Sean? Because you're approaching your third season.
hmm
Ironically, I was in a shoot earlier and I was talking to JC Makalalag of LaSalle, and one of the things he told me was that, when you're in your early stages in the UAP, you think it's gonna be a while, right? You have 5 years of eligibility, you could do this, and then by the time you get to your third season, it hits you, dang, this thing moves fast. Suddenly
Yep,
you're in your year three, and now you're thinking about, okay, what comes after college? When
yep.
just a minute ago you were thinking about, oh, I have 5 years of college. So next year you'll be in your fourth season, and by the time you enter your fourth season, you start thinking, do I come back for a fifth season? Do I go pro after this? So what's
hmm
your mindset now in terms of the long term?
Something for me is that I always took things step by step. When I was in high school, I always focused on with the team that I was on. I focused on getting the JV, and then I focused on getting to varsity. And then when I finished my senior year, I focused on making it to a college team. And then when I got to Ateneo, I focused on making the team. And then when I made the team, I focused on getting minutes in my second year. And now I'm focusing on trying to be, the best player that I can be in my third year. So, my fourth and fifth years, that's for fourth year Sean. That's for fifth year Sean. That's not for me to think about right now. I have to think about the season right now. The future is for the future. But right now, there's really important things that my focus has to be on. And I think that's the season right now.
Interesting. All right, let's get to a fun question. So I think that, well, it was a few months ago. I had Kymani Ladi, your teammate, on, and we said the same thing that you said. You guys love to trash talk each other. So I don't know who gives who the work on the basketball court, but when it comes to NBA 2K, I think Kymani believes he's a little better than you are. Any truth to that?
There's no truth to that. I have pictures of beating him on 2K.
Oh man. So Sean is like what, the best player in the team when it comes to 2K?
Me? No, no, no. I'm definitely not. I think Ian is actually the best player in 2K. He uses the Boston Celtics. They got all the 6'8" guys and stuff like that. So he just
Yep.
switches everybody on the defensive settings, and then he just can't get through Porzingis and stuff like that. So he's definitely the best player. Him or Waki. Waki's pretty good too.
Your team manager would beat everyone though. Two-time UAAP sports champ.
Yeah, he's the goat, I think.
The early goat.
Yeah.
Um, one more story Kimani shared is one of the struggles you guys have when you all hang out and you're all in a car trying to get to dinner, trying to get somewhere to eat is like you guys have such long legs, it's just hard to squeeze into the car sometimes, right? So in
Yeah.
those moments, does it become just like a mano and mano kind of thing where you just claim your space and you gotta hold your ground for like an uncomfortable 20-30 minute car ride?
I mean, it's really seniority. So me and Drew take the front seat. It's either me or him driving. And then one of us has the shotgun. But back there, it's a war between Kai, Dom, and Jaden. The seats are pretty set. The seats are pretty set. Jaden's in the middle, but sometimes you can hear him like saying like, move a little bit, like move your leg. So luckily that's something I don't have to worry about anymore. But yeah, it's
Wait,
something.
shouldn't they get seniority as the one and done guys? I mean, they're older, right? Or not? It's not like
No,
that.
no, 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 no.
Wait, so when you were in the back seat, who were in the front seat?
I was not in the back seat actually. I was in the trunk of the truck. I was
Wait,
it was
no way. You were
yeah.
actually in the back.
Yeah, I was in the back. Because when I joined the team, on that in that car, it was Chris Kuhn driving in the front. A lot of times it was Jared Brown in the shotgun position, Kai Bulungai right behind uh, Chris, and then it would be Paul Garcia, and then Drew Bongo on the right side, back's right side, and then it would be me in the back. So yeah, I remember those times very vividly. Coming back from practice, yeah, 9 p.m. sitting in the back of the truck. Sometimes it would be raining. Oh my goodness,
Oh, bro.
I don't want to remember those times. But
Wait,
as
so
a rookie though,
yeah, so who's sitting in the back of the truck now? Is anyone sitting in the back of the truck sometimes?
uh, sometimes yeah, when we take our teammates back to the dorms, or when Dom's little brother rides with us, he sits in the back now. So yeah, he's the trunk man.
So that was almost like the rookie hazing you had to go through, right? The rookie
Yeah,
duties. Or
yep,
did you have
yep.
to do other stuff too?
No, we don't really do that type of stuff. But yeah, if you're riding in the car and you're a rookie, you're definitely in the trunk. That's really one of the rules.
Rain or shine, you're in the
Yeah,
trunk.
rain or shine, you're in the trunk. Yeah.
So was there a time where it was raining and you're like, "Hey guys, let me in. It's raining out back here." And what did they say?
They just, they push me out, close the door. I remember one time, we were driving back, and then there's this bridge, and we're in the underpass, and then it's traffic there, and it wasn't raining anymore. But I remember the highway was kind of flooded a little bit, and then this car came, and then the dirty water came and splashed all over me, and then I just hear the windows open. They all just start laughing, and I'm just like, oh, I know I'm a rookie right now. So
Oh my
Yeah,
God, bro. Oh, that's
yeah,
too good, man. But
yeah,
those are the moments that build the camaraderie between you guys,
yeah.
right?
Those are the moments you remember forever. Actually, yeah, I still remember that. So those are the moments that at that time it might be trash, but looking back on it, it's something that's unforgettable.
Did you ever have to pick up breakfast or pregame snack for any of the veterans in your team?
Sometimes I had to pick up their food downstairs and then bring it to the car, just to the car downstairs. But that's really it. Nothing too crazy like that.
So who has control of the aux nowadays? Who chooses the music? Do you guys still call it? No, it's not even aux, it's Bluetooth or AirPlay nowadays, right?
It's
Man,
ox.
I'm
It's
showing
ox.
my
It's
Oh,
ox.
it's still aux?
It's ox.
Okay. I'm not that old. Perfect. I'm happy about that. So who's got control of the aux nowadays?
It's either me or Drew. Oh yeah, it's either me or Drew. Really. Yeah.
And no complaints from anyone.
Not really. Yeah. No. No. We play pretty neutral music, like the ones that people know in the car. So it's not really, too outlandish.
So who's in the playlist right now? Which artists are in the playlist?
Right
Burner
now,
Boy?
sometimes I mix it up. Really. Drew likes to play a lot of Drake and stuff like that. Like the kind of lover boy songs, like Drake, Daniel Caesar. Um,
Sean once told me Drew has the most riz from you guys, so that doesn't surprise me.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, he'll play like the Drake, Daniel Caesar, like the SZA stuff like that. And then I'll sometimes like because I don't really care about music I listen to, but I like to like switch it up between R&B. Right now, I'm really into like rock and roll. I'm really into like Metallica right now, like Enter Sandman and No More Tears. I'm really into that type of stuff right now. It just gets me going like before practice, hearing that bass in the guitar, and they're going crazy with the riffs and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm listening to a lot of rock right now in the car.
Rock and roll fans remind me a lot of college basketball fans. Just the passion
Yes.
and the craziness. What's the most, what's an experience with a fan, whether from an Ateneo fan base or a fan base for another team, that kind of encapsulated how crazy the UAP fan base is for you? You have any of those stories?
Hmm. Let me think. Well, first I would like to shout out the fans that wait for us after the dugout. I would like to shout those guys out. You know, even if it's drizzling a little bit outside, they wait for us, bring us gifts, cake and stuff like that. If you guys are watching, I really appreciate you guys for doing that for us. It doesn't go unseen. I would like to thank you guys for, taking time out of your day to do that. But one instance I would say is I think in the um I think it was the Adamson game. I was shooting a free throw and then some fan lifted his shirt up, started rolling his belly, and I was just like, yeah, this it's that serious to try to distract a free throw shooter. So
Did you
yeah.
make the free throw or miss it though?
I made it,
So
but
maybe it actually helped you.
maybe
Like,
maybe it helped me to focus, but it's something that I remembered. I was like, I've never experienced that before. Someone just lifts their shirt up like that.
and we gotta tell the Ateneo community to do that for you whenever you're at the free throw line this year. Maybe it's a lucky charm.
Or maybe hopefully. It's not needed though.
I get you. I get you. All right. Now before I let you go, this is Sunday night, and I'm very thankful for your time as always. And I do want to shout out your parents as well, Tita Aris and Tita Net, who are always so kind.
Yes.
When I see them at the games, always have kind words to
Yes.
say about the work that I do. So I appreciate you both. Thank you so much too. In the back, people don't see it right now because you have a blurry background, but in the back are papers you were kind enough to share with me that you posted, and on those papers are goals that you've written down. So
Yeah.
I really am curious, like what are some of the goals that you wrote down there that you're willing to share, that it could be basketball, it could be outside of basketball, but what are some of the goals written there that you could share?
Well, I have one from 2022, 2023. It was make the Ateneo team, and I kept that paper ever since, and I completed that goal in that year. Another one I have from this year is get signed by Nike. And it's been a lifelong, not lifelong, but it's been a goal of mine since I've been out here, since I knew that I could potentially be signed by Nike. So it's been a goal of mine. Another goal of mine was to try to go to church every weekend, every Sunday. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to complete that goal, but I'm trying. I'm trying to complete that goal. But one goal I have for this season is, I want to play for my family, play for my team, but I also have a goal of trying to make, the mythical five. Um,
I love it.
so yeah, that's something it's a goal of mine, but obviously I'm not gonna put the team success in front of my own personal goals. So as long as we're winning, I'm happy with that. I'm happy, as long as we're winning, I'm just happy. Yeah,
Fantastic. Love it. Shawn Tuano, everybody. Sean, thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Really excited to see how you're going to play this season. I'm excited for what
sure.
you guys have coming up with Ateneo. I do feel you guys are legit dark horse contenders. I know we throw that term a lot, but
Yeah,
we see the proof in the way you guys have played the last few months. And that first
sir.
game you guys are going to have, I think it's FU you're going up against, is it?
FU at UST
At
Quadricentro.
UST.
Yeah, at UST.
Exa-
Yeah,
exactly. You guys end the first round with UP LaSalle UST, if I'm not mistaken, in some order.
yeah.
Those
I think
three.
NU's in there too, also.
Well, if NU's in there too. So you're gonna end the first round against the final four contenders. It's gonna be a good test, and I'm sure you guys will be ready for it. Thanks a lot for your time, buddy. I'll see you around.
Thank you, Mr. Naveen. Thank you so much.